In this video, I compare 3 of the top selling Amazon handheld steam cleaners. We test them on things around your house that you would want to clean with the steam cleaner, such as grease on my oven door, marks and splatters on my window, bugs, dirt, grime, and dust in my windowsills, mold and mildew in the grout in my shower, as well as hard water stains and soap scum. So stick around if you want to see my recommendation of which one I would choose of 3 of the best top 50 selling steam cleaners on Amazon. I want to go over the specifications of these 3 steamers in case you're worried about water capacity, runtime, maximum steam temperature, power cord length, all of that stuff. So as far as biggest tanks, it's definitely the Huitine at 1.8 liters. Next would be the Granarbol at 1.4 liters. And last but not least would be the WSRYYCC steamer at 1.4 liters. The Granarbol claims to have the highest power at 2,500 watts, whereas these 2 come in at 1,500 watts in your steam cleaners. The maximum steam temperature for all 3 of these is advertised at 221 degrees. The WSRYYCC steam cleaner has 6 different levels of steam, which are adjustable here, whereas the Huitine and the Granarbol have 3 different levels of steam and are both adjustable on the handles. And as far as overall length, the Huitine comes in first, ranging 13 feet from power cord all the way to the tip of the steam cleaning gun. And these other 2 are super close, coming in at 11.5 feet. So if you get this guy at the Huitine steam cleaner, you've got a 1.5 more feet of power cord plus steam gun length to work with. So if you're worried about different specifications, those are kind of a comparison of the main specs people worry about when it comes to steam cleaners. Now this is oven grease. I do have some moisture in there, which makes it a little tough to see, but I want to get you in as close as possible, and I'm going to start scrubbing with these rubber brushes. I've got them all taped off, and we're going to use the Granarbol wire steamer level 3 on this portion of the oven right here. You can see all the grease splatter and streaks. The Huitine steam cleaner, I'm going to turn it up to level 3. The WSRYYCC steam cleaner, I'm going to put it on level 3 because that's what the other 2 are on, but this one does go all the way up to level 6. So I'm going to do half of it at level 3 and then half of it at level 6. I'm going to do the back half at level 3 and the front half at level 6. So we can see if there's a huge difference in between level 3 and level 6. The WSRYYCC steam cleaner definitely won that battle for me. First of all, it goes all the way up to level 6 for steamer, and it took about a third to a half the amount of time that the other 2 steam cleaners did. All 3 of these steamers got the grease off the oven door and did so without any added chemicals or anything like that. It was simply just the steam and wire brush, which they all come with those attachments. They all come with several attachments. WSRYYCC was my favorite because it was the fastest and it took the least amount of effort. It took about a third of the time as the other 3 steam cleaners. So this one definitely is the top winner for getting grease off your oven door. We're going to go ahead and jump to windowsills. Granarbol here, the Huitine there, the WSRYYCC over there. I go ahead and give that a quick wipe up, but I just wanted to show you the Granarbol, the Huitine, the WSRYYCC. Let's go ahead and give that a quick wipe up. My conclusion for the window test would be that the WSRYYCC did the best job because it took maybe a little bit longer than the other ones, but it thoroughly got into the cracks and got everything out. Whereas over here, if you look in the cracks, the Granarbol, something like that, there's still quite a bit of crud left in the cracks. And then the Huitine also did a really good job. It just didn't get as much out of the center grout right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those results again with all of the gunk. So over here was the Granarbol. Here was the Huitine. And if you look at that back line, Granarbol to Huitine, just a little bit darker. And then if you compare the corners, this one was the WSRYYCC. This one was the Granarbol. So I just feel like the WSRYYCC did a better job again getting everything out of the corners. Now bear with me here because this angle is going to be tough, but this is the best angle to see the amount of dirt and fingerprints and streaks and everything that is on this glass. This is my sliding patio door. I've got a dog. I've got 2 kids that are constantly touching it with yogurt hands, dirty hands, all that stuff. There's dog slobber on here. Let's go ahead and look at the heads of these 3 steamers really quick. I'm going to do every single test in the same order. So we're going to start with Granarbol because that's the one we did before. Here is the steam cleaning head for windows on the Granarbol. And again, you can turn this one on by the wand. So I am going to do level 3. Next up is going to be the Huitine. Now the Huitine has a much bigger window scraper than the Granarbol, and it is the largest of the 3. I'm going to do 1 streak. Now it's time for the WSRYYCC. This one has a very wide window scraper plus a nice rubber top. Also on level 3. These results are tricky to see, but just after 1 pass, the Granarbol did the best job removing the stains and all the smudges and stuff that were on the window. The other 2, the Huitine and the WSRYYCC, it did the second best job getting rid of all the smudges and stuff like that. These two, the Huitine and the WRYYCC hand steamers, steamed and left a really nice clean line, whereas the Granarbol did not, but the Granarbol got the most stains out of the window. Welcome to the grossest part of my home, which is my bathroom. This tub has not been replaced in probably 40 years. So the grout is really gross, nothing cleans it. Let's go in with these 3 different steam cleaners. Of course, we're gonna start with the Granarbol because that's the one we've been starting with. I do have the wire brush on there. Let's go ahead and start it on level 3 and get started. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the Huitine, also with the metal brush attachment at level 3. Finally, we are gonna move ahead with the WRYYCC on level 3, and we're also gonna do that one with the metal brush. Let's go ahead and remove the tape and see if you can see a difference between the 3. Now, it definitely did remove some stuff. Honestly, none of them worked that great on grout. I think they all worked about the same. Again, this is a very old tub. I've used tons of products on it. I've used different steam cleaners on it, and nothing has ever worked to get stuff out of this grout. I think it's just a lost cause, but I just wanted to show in case you have 40-year-old mold in your grout that you're trying to get out. I don't think any of them worked that great, to be honest. For this one, we are going to use the soft bristle heads of all 3 steam cleaners, and we are going to test it out on hard water stains and soap scum. Now, just right off the bat, the WRYCC looks like the best brush. It's got the biggest head. It's got the most bristles. The Huitine comes in next. It's got also a fairly large head, but less bristles. And then the Granarbol comes in last because this is a pretty small brush with the least amount of bristles. But we're going to see which one does the best, and of course, we're going to do it in the same order that we've been doing. Okay, so you can clearly see here that the WRYYCC did the best job removing soap scum and hard water stains. I really don't see much of a difference with the other 2 at all. That was a lot of tests, and in conclusion, I would go with the WRYYCC steam cleaner, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, it's got the smallest tank, which means it's the easiest to lug around. And if you are holding it, these ones can get heavy, and even like half of a liter can make a big difference. So I like the fact that this one is lightweight. The attachments are the most high quality, and all of them go on really easily. It heats up in 15 seconds. These other ones heat up in 15 seconds. After testing all 3 of these steam cleaners, I would go with the WRYYCC. It did the best on the toughest stains in my house as far as windowsill, hard water stains, and grease on my oven door. The WRYCC did the best job in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of elbow grease. These other 2 steamers work really well and probably have their place depending on what specific specs you are looking for. But for my needs around my house, the WRYCC steam cleaner definitely did the best, worked the toughest, and worked the quickest on the toughest stains.